good, y'all? Listen, look, I'm mad I even gotta say this.
Why are we acting like this is not agree? Don't get your fucking pro-black out of here.
There's nothing wrong with hate. You've got to hate some things with a passion. And destruction, they must dislike and hate with a passion.
Going back to Tamla, you know, women, we deal with catty, shady, you know, just petty nonsense all the time, okay, as women. We do it real messy, okay? Now, add in some racism in that, sprinkling anti-black racism, and we got a whole debacle. You know what I'm saying? We got a sister in the backyard that was probably killed, that is now getting marked off as an accident. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When that can be completely washed away if you just understood their nature. You know, if you just understood the system of which they're benefiting from and that they continue to uphold. Even if we do something less egregious. Tiffany Haddish, not too long ago, this was sometime last year when I reacted to it, but she was on a runway, three other white women. She's the only black woman. They sitting on the side of the runway. She gets up. One of the white women commands her. Let me say that. She commands her to get up and walk the runway as like a funny thing. None of the rest of them wanted to do it. She didn't tap none of the other white women to do it. She tapped the only black woman, the clown, the court gesture, the court gesture?
Yeah, court gesture. To do a minstrel show.
To do a minstrel, essentially. And they're sitting there cackling and laughing, and when she comes back, she thinks it's funny, but it's like, she doesn't even understand the way that they view her. She don't understand how that interaction, how the power dynamics of that interaction went, because she's unaware of the system that they're operating in. If she would have known that, if there's no way in the hell, first of all, I'm not taking no commands from no white woman. What are you telling me to get up and do what for? Okay? But again, that goes back to the programming.
And then in the situation, who's the one who got all the pushback and the flack for that? It was Tiffany.
Hello?
It wasn't a white woman told her that. They sat there, they laughed, they enjoyed watching her make a fool of herself. Yep. And then all of the media blasted Tiffany for that. So her value in the eyes of the public went down because of her trying to impress who she wants to be white friends with. And see, that's going to the power dynamic of it. When you're in this racial thing, the racial power dynamic doesn't go away. Doesn't matter how old you are, where you're from, whatever the case is. When you are the token black person, when you're the token Negro in this situation, you're always doing things because you know deep down that you don't really belong there. You feel that you don't really belong there, so you're going above and beyond to try to show your worth to these people. And they don't even have to be white all the time, just non-black. So if it's a black person around a whole bunch of Asians, now you're going to be super black Asian and all that stuff, or super Mexican, or whatever the case is. When you're around non-black people, you intrinsically know this is not really where I belong. You feel like an outsider, so you try to do things to compensate for that. Just like Tiffany, she feels like she doesn't belong around all those white people, so she's trying to earn their acceptance, which is why they gave her a command. They say jump, she said how high, she jumped.
Right. And you know what? That kind of made me think of, I think that point goes into Travis Hunter as well. You know, his wanting of acceptance, because he been getting dragged. And this man, mind you, this is not like he's a bad player or he's in like the prime of his career right now. Damn near. Okay. Definitely at a height for sure.
There's barely anybody better than him.
I mean, come on. So, and he just got a Heisman Trophy. I mean, come on. So he's accelerated very quickly, okay, in his career. And all of that has damn near got pushed to the back burner because his non-black girlfriend can't stay her ass out the news. She always got something going on, whether it's she in a music video, she talking about Travis in a weird way, she's talking to an interviewer, and you know, just weird shit going viral, and she's just continuously embarrassing this man. And no matter how much advice the people around him, people online trying to get his brother, he is just standing 10 toes on, no, this is my girl, I'm gonna marry her, we're gonna get married, I'm gonna have kids in the next. And it's like, that way of thinking is coming from subconscious anti-blackness. Yeah. There's no way in the hell a black man of your stature, with the amount of money you making, the amount of eyes on you, the amount of resources you have access to at this point, you got a non-black woman on your arm, and you was raised by who? I'm sure that you done dated mostly probably black women throughout your life. And you end up with and even with well, love is love. And if your mindset is black, you won't even allow yourself to fall in love with somebody. You won't even put yourself in that space for the opportunity to fall into love with somebody who's not black, because you understand that the bigger picture, the grand idea is that at the end of this road, I'm not just doing this for me. I'm doing this, one, for God, but for my family, which is, and vice versa, is my community.
Money, they say money, changes people. Money doesn't change people. Money just really makes people more of what they already are.
That's what I'm
the
saying.
fact that he has so much fame at such a young age, so much talent, so much opportunity, and you can clearly tell he's still very insecure about his blackness.
Yeah.
And you can clearly tell the power dynamic in that situation because he is still trying to like earn her acceptance.
Really?
He
Exactly.
still doesn't feel
Like he's in her
accepted
league.
by her.
Exactly.
Really.
Yeah.
And he's giving a bunch of stuff a lot of passes that doesn't make any sense. He's doing that because deep down he believes, because of his blackness, subconsciously, maybe consciously, that it lowers his value and his worth.
Absolutely.
So that's the problem. Now, I pray for our brother, and I hope he gets out of that situation. But to go into the whole interracial dating situation, you can clearly tell his upbringing about his values. You can tell what type of values was implemented in the household.
Yeah.
You can tell, or you can tell what was not taught. Sometimes when you look at somebody, you can tell what was taught in their household and what wasn't taught in their household.
Absolutely.
You can tell that wasn't taught in his household because when you grow up with that and you develop that taste and you develop that that interest for black people, okay, and you develop a love for yourself, for God, and for the community, you put that before everything else. So every single decision that you make is surrounded by that. That is the core of why you do certain things. So when you go to the store, when you go to a black-owned business, that's because you love the community.
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
So when you date somebody, you're doing that with what is in the best interest of black people, what is in the best interest of a black family. How much do you value a black family? They say love is love, but what do you value with that? You don't just fall in love accidentally.
You don't. Yeah. You have to.
So
yeah.
it's about
Intentional.
something that you value, your thoughts, beliefs, and values that align with another person enough for you to even allow yourself to fall in love with that person.
Exactly. And and you see that play out even with, on the flip side of that, like the brother Cassinet. I ain't the biggest fan of Cassinet. He got his shit. I'm just saying. But
My sister's gonna be upset. She's a big fan of Cassinet.
I'm not mad at the brother. I'm mad, but I do. There's some things I don't like.
He's done some Sambo stuff
He's
before.
done.
We ain't gonna get that a pass.
Exactly. I can't pass that. He is young. That's why I give him grace. You know what I'm saying? And I like a lot of the things that he's doing, so I do get a brother grace. I don't be going in on him. And one thing I do like that he did was he came out publicly with his black ass girlfriend. Okay, she looked, and I'm talking about a phenotypically a brown skin. Like when you look at her, that's a black woman. Okay, not one of these little light skin ambiguous. She might be Puerto Rican, might be whatever the hell. You know what I'm saying? She looks like a black woman. And when I say the amount of love that boy got, from what I see, was amazing. It was beautiful. This is like all these people in the comments. He got a black girlfriend. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm so excited. There was so many, especially young people, that were just excited to see that the biggest streamer, the biggest black streamer, the biggest streamer, period. But the biggest black one of that is with a black girl. Now, I don't know if she's black American. He's not black American, so it really don't matter. But the fact that he is with a black woman, and I hope, I ain't gonna say I hope he married a girl, but because I don't know what they got going on. But I hope that he keeps that energy up, because this is the first female I've seen him with since I've known about him, and it's a black woman. So hopefully the woman he ends up with is a black woman. And again, don't follow him, but the little things that I've seen, he's very close to his mother, and his mom seems like she has a big influence on him. Okay. And I don't want to say she's pro-black, she's a black woman, but maybe she had some influence there that was, even if it wasn't directly, but subconsciously, like, shaping him to want that. You know what I'm saying? To make sure his end goal is that he's with a black woman, especially if he becomes successful,
and that's good.
Exactly, yeah.
That's
and
good.
I think that is a part of it, because he does look out for his friends who are black. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it seems like the group effort is something he's really into,
A really good thing, because I know most of his audience are young.
Exactly.
He has a very young audience. So when young teenagers, people in their early 20s, late teens, when they see him, with a black woman who's, like you said, not ambiguous, who doesn't look like she could be Mexican, or she could be white, she could be mixed. Her lips are kind of big, but her hair is straight. Like, okay, there's no debate, okay, that she's black. And when young people see that and they see it in a positive light, where two young black people are in a positive relationship, that puts a good image and a good taste in youth and the youth's idea about black relationships. Okay, that changes the way they see things. Sometimes you see things and you visualize it subconsciously, but you don't even realize you do. So what we've seen a lot is negative images of black couples.
For sure.
And subconsciously, we have a stigma to it. And the fact that, and I hope it stays positive. I understand all relationships have ups and downs, but the fact that they're like that and they show positivity in the forefront, that creates a positive image of young black couples. And the key word is young too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because we need that with the young, especially because those are the ones that's really, it's the next generation, you know, those are the ones that's really focused on that marriage. And, you know, like we focus on that, but this is about to be their spotlight. You know, they about to take our shine from being in the forefront of those conversations. You know what I'm saying? As far as dating, should I say, we'll be moving on to marriage, hopefully. Okay. I ain't trying to be on this dating shit. We'll move on to marriage. The next generation is going to be moving into, you know what I'm saying, seriously dating in adulthood, you know? And so seeing them, Kai's only 23, seeing them make those moves, I love that. You know, I hope that the rest of his team has similar agendas, you know? But overall, I do think there has to be a general census within your household, even if you don't identify as pro-black, even if you don't, whatever the case may be. There has to be a general census that we don't give the benefit of the doubt to non-black people. Assume the worst. That's what I think it should be. I think that should be a base at the foundation of teaching when you're interacting with those outside your group. Assume the worst.
We do not play by our green. You fuck with the team. Might find your West in the creek. We crossing our T's. We don't never miss it.